What's up, guys? Pete here from Improv Gaming. You know, Mr. I'm Wondering himself. I want to thank you guys for coming to this reaction video of the PSX a day late, but I had to soak it all in. A lot of stuff to go over. I have 5 pages of notes we're going to talk about. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We start off the press conference with some upcoming videos that we're going to see of games. Your Uncharted, your Final Fantasy, stuff like that. Stuff to get really excited for. So, of course, they begin with a new Uncharted gameplay demo. But it's not really a gameplay demo. Let me explain. It is basically a feature they're adding into The Thief's End where you have dialogue options. Similar to Telltale games where you can choose what you say. Basically, you see the scene where Drake is on a desk, he gets a knock, he finally answers the door after a couple, 30 seconds of not wanting to. It's his brother. He goes, "How are you alive?" They go over some things, and then it's like, "Well, tell me, what was your best adventure?" And you have a choice where Drake goes, El Dorado, blah, 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 blah. And then depending on the choice is how the story plays out, what it's looking like. So then at the end, which is cool, which is really gravitating me towards Uncharted 4, you see him go, "Oh, you should have dinner with me and my wife. Oh, that's right, you don't know. The girl Elena, she's my wife, blah, blah, blah." And Sam, who is Nathan Drake's brother, goes, "Actually, I'm here because I need your help. I'm in trouble." And then it ends. So Sam's in some kind of trouble. Looks like it's going to be engaging. I like that you can choose the dialogue. I don't know how much that's going to be in the game. May just be for little interactions, but I'm very looking forward to Uncharted: A Thief's End, March 18th, 2016. Mark it in your calendars. You know it's going to be good. Naughty Dog always delivers. We come up next to Square Enix takes the stage and announces Final Fantasy VII, now available on PS4. Now, this is not the remake. It's just a port from the original PlayStation. So if you never played the original, you want to play it, go check it out. It's available now on PlayStation 4, on the PlayStation Store. I might never been a fan of Final Fantasy VII. The remake looks good, and I'll get into that in a second. But if you want to play the original, it's going to be right on PlayStation. Figured that's a nice little thing where they're like, okay, it's available right now. We move into the first gameplay of the remake of Final Fantasy VII. Let's talk about this for a second, guys. Looks great. I've never been a big Final Fantasy VII. You guys know that from the games cast that we do. I'm looking forward to this. It's interesting because the little bit of gameplay I saw reminded me of Kingdom Hearts. If you guys remember how the RPG mechanic worked in Kingdom Hearts, where you basically had the choice, it looks similar to that. You have to update. You can't have the turn-based, especially in this generation. You have to move on. If they're going the Kingdom Hearts way, I definitely want to check Final Fantasy, the remake, out. Looks absolutely cool. Cloud looks great. Just a whole bunch of greatness. Looks like it's coming. Still no release date. Not surprising there at all. We come up to Call of Duty. Comes up. The Awakening Map Pack 2016. No, just 2016. But I'm thinking it's going to be around January, February. So make sure you keep that intact. Also, PlayStation's a presenting partner for the Call of Duty World League, which is a cool little competition there. PlayStation really getting in bed with Call of Duty, shall we say, and getting the map packs first and doing everything with Call of Duty, what Microsoft used to do, but PlayStation's doing it, and it looks like they're really giving it that juice. Of course, Pitchfork comes out, reveals Toby, an exclusive character for PS4 for his game coming out, the beta, where you will be available to play as Toby, which is a penguin who's driving a mechanical suit. So that should look cool when he comes out. I'm blanking on the name at the moment, but I will let you know in the comments what the name is. I apologize about that. Like I said, guys, a lot of stuff coming in right now. Of course, Street Fighter comes in, and we have a reveal of Fang, who's coming to Street Fighter 5. Very cool. Very excited about that. You guys know I'm not a big Street Fighter fan, but the roster's looking good. They also announced another 6 characters. Some of them. Guile, Jury's coming back, Alex, a couple others, definitely some classics coming back. Really pumping the juice into Street Fighter 5. I told you guys, this is going to be a nice, fun video of talking about stuff. Also, very cool, if you're into it, Escape Run now has a new mode. It's a new mode for Death Star. Looks pretty cool. liking the little Space Odyssey type thing, definitely check it out. Now here's what I'm excited to talk about. Adult Swim is having 6 games coming to PS4 next year. Some of them the games are Death Gambit, which looks amazing. Definitely the highest one out of all those games. Looks like a fantasy dragon, knight, chivalry, very nice art style, looking very nice to it. Then there's Duck Game. What? But it's still early. Rain World, which just looks dark and like a limbo type thing, very cool. Raise the Dead, which looks a little interesting as well, and then Radio Big Television, which is whatever, It looks like they have some promise, but definitely out of that bunch, Death Gambit, definitely check it out. Looks great. Deserves for you to watch the trailer just on that. Of course, Double Fine comes out with Headlanders, which is coming from Adult Swim, but they also announced, which I'm very excited for, Day of the Tentacle Remastered, and it was a reveal trailer, looking cool, similar to that Grim Fandango HD remake. But of course, guys, you watch the Gamescast, one of the first games I ever played was Full Throttle, and Full Throttle is getting a remastered for PS4. I'm done. That's going to be fantastic. If you haven't played it, you should. Also, they announced Psychonauts is going to be an exclusive VR game. Not Psychonauts 2 that was announced for the Game Awards. Separate thing for Psychonauts, going to be its own VR. It was Rambunctious of the Ruin is the title, if my memory serves. Very cool. Love me some Psychonauts. Played the original. Very cool. Always good from Double Fine, Tim Schafer and those guys. Weird, fun, but Full Throttle, definitely something that touches my heart. Remember, guys, you could all see these trailers too. I'm just hitting the high and low points, of this press conference. Another trailer, Don't Starve Together, console edition, coming to PS4. So definitely something cool to check out there. Also, you have Zodiac Arcano Odyssey, and I hope I'm saying that correctly. It's coming for PS4 and Vita trailer, console debut. Looks cool. Know a lot of fans. I believe it's JRPG. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if I am, but definitely something to check out. Also, December 8th, and I know I'm going a little bit faster, but December 8th, Yakuza 5 finally coming to PS3. That was a couple of years ago. But people were saying that, but then you have a gameplay trailer of Yakuza 0 for PS4. Looks fantastic. Always been a fan of the Yakuza series. Definitely go check that one out. Also, PlayStation is in bed with Street Fighter, making Street Fighter 5. Well, now they look like they want to branch into another fighting game. How about the King of Fighters 14? Yep, exclusively for PlayStation, King of Fighters 14. Looks cool. Also, King of Fighters I do like better than Street Fighter, so I might actually give this more of a look. But, awesome. The next game, which is what I want to spend a little time on, is Koei Namco's game called Nioh. Gameplay trailer. It was a game made for PS3 10 years ago. Different title, different everything. Let me just tell you, it looks awesome. You guys know me, I'm a big sword guy. Sword combat looks great. Feudal Japan, I want to say it is. Just that Japanese style sword fighting looks absolutely awesome. Definitely check out the trailer. Definitely something. Like I said, it was made for the PS3, but now it's coming to the PS4. Absolutely insane. Now, people have been asking for this next thing, and PlayStation delivered here. Bastion for Vita is now available. For the Vita, $299. Not a bad price. So if you haven't played it, definitely pick it up. I played it on, I believe, the Xbox 360. I enjoyed my time with it. I don't have a Vita. I'm looking to getting a Vita. Let me know if I should get a Vita. It's really worth it. I know you Vita fans will tell me it is, but I want to, from you guys, if you want, the top 3 games for Vita I should look into. If I'm getting a Vita, what are the 3 games I have to play? Let me know in the comments. You also have Brutal. Sorry, it's just called Brutal. A debut trailer. Now, if you guys remember the Wii, there was a game called Mad World. Black and white, very gory, very interesting for the Nintendo console. This reminds me of it. Brutal looks like it's black and white, bloodshed, very dismemberment, very brutal, hence the name. Very cool. Looking forward to that. I love Mad World. This looks like it's just up my alley. For you baseball fans, finally, MLB The Show, not surprising, has been a March 29th. It's coming out for PS4. Not surprising, you know, every year they come. MLB The Show, top of the line baseball games if you're into that. I played MLB last year. I enjoyed my time with it, but besides Madden I like to get every year. MLB I get every couple of years. It looks like this might be the one that I get. Definitely a nice green paint trailer on that. We're coming to it, guys. I'm telling you. Next, we have a multiplayer co-op game, and it's free to play called Guns Up. Looks like chaos, craziness, a lot of fun. Definitely check that one out. A multiplayer co-op game, Fat Princess Adventures, available right now. Never been a Fat Princess fan. Don't hate me in the comments. But if you're interested in that, it's available right now. Very cool. But of course, I would be ashamed if I didn't bring up Ratchet & Clank demo. Comes out. Looks like the beginning of the game. It's how Ratchet meets Clank. They show the little, how they meet, the world, all that, the gameplay, the pixel gun, which when you shoot, the enemies turn into a pixel. Very cool. Finally release date. Very excited about that. April 2nd. Trailer was cool. I like Captain Cork did the voiceover, you know, introduced Ratchet & Clank, everything great. April 2nd is the game. April 28th, 5 days after my birthday, is the movie. Very cool. Very excited. You guys know I'm going to be first in line for that movie. But the game's coming and it looks gorgeous. I know it's a remake. Everybody's boo-hooing. But you know what? It looks like it gives enough to make you want to buy that purchase. But we come to VR time. Now for E3 and for Paris Games Week, we really didn't see any VR. And I expected, and I said on the Gamescast I said they're going to have a big PSX VR presentation at PSX. No doubt about it. And I was right. Let's go into a little bit of, you have your first game, which the best way to describe it is Tron. You hurl discs at each other. You're on this little plateau. Uses the full body. First thing with the VR, with the full body. Definitely something cool. A little wonky. Hopefully it works out in the long run. But definitely something to keep an eye on. I have to say with this VR catalog, it's very diversified for what you want to say. We have then Rez Infinite. You know what you're getting with Rez. All VR. I'm thinking you're going to use your body to move and shoot. For the people who's a fan of Rez, this is your game right here. The one that I am most interested in is called Eagle Flight. Now let me explain why. Obviously you're an eagle, but you go, and we're in Paris, and you looks like you're just flying around Paris. Reminds me of, just, what did I write here? Reminds me of like Flower. If you remember Flower, where you just flowed with the wind. It looks like it's going to be interactive. You're an eagle and you're just soaring through the skies of Paris. Definitely something where you want to come back and just relax and go in your chair. That's what you have to do. Definitely check out Eagle Flight. Definitely something cool. But then we go to Santa Monica. Now Santa Monica, I've been wondering what they're working on. God of War, you know, stuff like that. They come out with Modern Zombie Taxi Corporation or company. I don't know. I think it's company. VR. Wacky as hell. Looks like a Double Fine game if I had to say one, but definitely wacky. You see all the elements. You have the beautiful of Eagle Flight. You have the action of the Tron with the disc and everything. You have this goofy game. You have Gollum, which is a cool thing. Not too much on it, but very cool. Definitely check out that trailer. Another zany one is called 100-Foot Robot Golf. And it's exactly what you think it is. Robots, 100 feet tall, above buildings, playing golf. Destroying buildings in sway for VR. You gotta say that they're definitely going crazy with this VR. But it's definitely something cool. I would definitely, you watch the trailer, it's kind of, it's interesting. Then, for you big pilots out there, we have Ace Combat 7 trailer. Bandai Namco, Unreal Engine, looks cool. I've never been a fan of the Ace Combat, but Ace Combat 7 looks great. The only thing I have to say to Bandai Namco